The metaphor, weather the storm, didn't begin on land. It began at sea. Centuries ago, sailors used the phrase literally to survive the open waters when the sky split open, relying only on instinct and grit to keep the vessel afloat. To weather the storm meant to steady yourself, to navigate chaos with courage. But over time, the words left the sea. They became a metaphor for hardship, loss, and adversity, for the storms and challenges we face in our everyday lives. On the American grasslands, the metaphor also found a new life in a creature that has certainly endured the test of time: the American buffalo. When storms roll in, most animals scatter, but the buffalo does the opposite. It lowers its head and charges into the heart of the storm. Why? Because in that defiant charge, the buffalo shows us the fastest way through the storm is into it. For the tribal people of the plains living alongside these animals, the buffalo was more than a source of life. It was a teacher. Facing the storm became a reflection of their own relationship with the land, to respect it, to endure it, and to draw strength from working together. That spirit of collective resilience of the buffalo has become a phrase and a symbol carried into our modern-day culture to remind us that even in life's fiercest storms, we have the strength to face them head on. With that, weather the storm embodies something new. It has a face, a form, 4 hooves, and a defiant spirit. So how do you capture a living metaphor in art? How do you take a philosophy, a way of life, and bring it to canvas? This is the story of an idea to turn a timeless metaphor into a masterpiece. This is Weather the Storm. At the heart of Weather the Storm is Van Carlson, founder and CEO of SRA. His vision is simple. Every business deserves a chance to withstand life's fiercest challenges. Van is dedicated to helping business owners protect what they've built, covering risks that no one sees coming. For Van, it's not just about numbers or policies, it's about people, families, and livelihoods. His passion comes from a simple truth. When businesses are prepared, they don't just survive the storm, they emerge stronger on the other side. Wanting to find an image that could embody and reflect the company's values, Van set out on a quest.
When we first took on the buffalo, we didn't know about the storm, and it was brought to our attention. And at that point, it was just one of those. It was just, I don't know, blind luck. I don't know how we got into, and because we work with tribal nations for what we do as well. So buffalo was always kind of just our mascot to our company. And the fact that then we found out they run into the storm, we're like, oh, that's even better. And so, for metaphorically, it's the way individuals should live their lives, right? And then we're just fortunate enough to be in a company where it really fits our mission really well. And one of the things I kind of tasked my marketing department with is like, hey, can we find a painting that depicts a herd of buffalo, or even one buffalo, turning into the storm? And they looked, and they looked, and they looked, and I was kind of shocked that there wasn't something out there. There might be something out there, but we did a lot of research and we could not find it.
And there was some pictures of them eating in a field, or like a bison, like in a snowstorm, but it didn't show like their natural instinct of turning into that storm. And I mean, there's obviously a lot of pictures on the internet, and we just couldn't find anything that really captured that moment.
So I kind of just resolved myself, the fact that one doesn't exist. And then I attended a show, and I came across the American native with the bow and arrow, and this was it, and what I loved about it was the eyes, the details, right? If you look at the details, and I love the dust under the hooves. That was kind of what portrayed action. I knew it intrigued me. And from there, the conversations grew with Robert, and I can't wait for the final product, quite honestly.
Robert Koppel has spent a lifetime painting with purpose. weaving nature, culture, and history into works that speak beyond the frame. Yet now he steps into his most ambitious challenge.
One of the great challenges in doing a painting like Weather the Storm, where the buffalo are actually running in action, requires, and for me, required me to want to go see buffalo run in person. And so I was able to go to the Modoc Nation that owns one of the largest buffalo herds in the United States, and actually experience the buffalo running in person in front of me, where I was able to take my camera, take pictures, take some video, and be able to watch those animals in action. The essence of that was kind of the final piece for me to be able to come back to the studio and recreate the buffalo running, and in this case, running and confronting the storm, getting ready to run through it.
Oh my goodness, I've heard, rumblings about this painting. We're so excited for it. I think that that's really, from what I heard, I know it's really gonna encompass our values and what we stand for as a company as a whole. And so I'm so eager to see once it's unveiled and shared with the company so that we can share that with our community and clients as well.
First of all, Robert is an amazing human being. Just to be around him, you can tell that he loves what he does, and he's very, what's the word I like to use? He's visceral. You could feel it from him and his passion for it, and you can see it in his art. And I think personally, I can't wait to see the finished product. I believe it's going to be something that is going to exemplify the buffalo and our beliefs as people. And I think it's a painting that every person, when they look at it and they understand the meaning behind it, can relate to it at some level. That's the beauty of Weather the Storm.
Art should move you, it should question things, it should motivate you, and I think no matter what we come out with the end product, I think that's going to portray that in the painting.
When Van came to me, he wasn't just asking for a painting. What he was looking for was an artist that could turn an action metaphor into a two-dimensional work of art. The buffalo charging into the storm is the perfect image. It depicts courage, perseverance, and hope.
I think this painting is really unique in a lot of ways. SRA is so unique, and Van has really created a company on a lot of values, those being fearless and innovative and weathering that storm. And we have buffaloes really representing who we are. And I think that's a really special piece that you can't just find anywhere. And so I think this painting is really going to be able to capture that in such a beautiful way.
Today, throughout many parts of the country, Native tribes are rebuilding and expanding their buffalo herds, reviving a tradition that is both cultural heritage and economic survival. In northeast Oklahoma, the Modoc Nation tends to a herd whose lineage traces directly back to Yellowstone, carrying history in their very bloodlines. For these communities, the buffalo is more than a livelihood. It is part of their identity, a source of strength and a show of resilience. So to truly understand their nature, we turn to the herd manager, someone who works with them every day and whose bond with these animals runs as deep as the land itself.
You have a lot of passion for the animals.
They've made me a better person. We talked about, you're just driving forward, and it's how I am, it's how the buffalo are, and it's how we've coexisted. This herd was, as I told you, it wasn't great. It wasn't the healthiest, and now we're sitting on the greenest grass ever with one of the healthiest herds ever, with every heifer here with a baby on her. And that's only within 5 years that we've been able to do that together. It's a good thing that we got going on. And yeah, it's just a lot of passion. They're my family. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'll cry. I can't help it. I love them, and they've changed my life. I've got to change their life, and they're changing the tribe's life. And I hope. I hope.
Robert often finds himself working deep into the night. The quiet hours give him space to focus, to listen, to let the painting emerge. It is patient work, requiring persistence. But Robert knows this is how the storm comes alive. Not all at once, but one brush stroke at a time.
So I think that weathering the storm to me truly means leading with courage and stepping up instead of stepping back where others might be doing that. And just taking that opportunity to truly step in and lean into that learning opportunity or whatever might come our way, and fearlessly proceed to be able to find a resolution or whatever that might look like.
What weather the storm means to me is putting one foot in front of the other consistently, doing it with intention, and hopefully doing it with a group of like-minded individuals.
I guess we better stick on theme here. There's a lot of weathering the storm.
Dude, absolutely weather, and I would say to come to weather the storm is that the beauty of that is that I say that the raindrops are, you know, symbolic of the negatives, the non-supporters, the non-believers. And Van and I had plenty of those people that didn't believe in us and didn't support us, and that's unfortunately human nature. But yet we listen to those people sometimes, and they're never the people that would take the risk. But we persevered, and we said it, and we, ironically, the beauty of the buffalo, we went through the storm, faced it, and came out soaked and weathered. No, it's like, you know, you just think about the storm.
And highly educated.
Highly educated. And then the beauty of it is
that's a good thing about storms.
Yeah,
they will
absolutely.
educate you
Absolutely.
one way or the other.
And you know, sometimes you're not glad you went through it, but at the end you're glad you did, and you're a better person for it.
Storms come for all of us, in business, in family, and in life. They test our footing, our resolve, and above all, our faith. Long ago, the buffalo showed us, when the storms arrive, face them head on, and moving forward, you find your strength.
Well, so how I hope the artwork impacts people when they look at it is, you know, first off, the image of the buffalo charging into the storm. You know, it's doing that because it knows that is the quickest way through it. And then also the title, Weather the Storm, you know, hopefully that evokes for people that, you know, it's about preparing for the storm. It's about, you know, being able to be prepared and then also be able to charge into the storm yourself, because these storms happen all the time in business, in life. And it's about being prepared and being able to charge ahead when the storm happens.
In that too, I think that the bison turning into the storm is not just a message and inspiration for us as a business, but it's an inspiration for a lot of other people. People write books about it, children's books, adult books. It's a metaphor for a lot of motivational speaking. And so I think that having this will not just capture that sentiment for us, but, you know, can be used universally.
Weathering the storm means to me the distance of resistance that we experience in our life. So for me, weathering the storm is not only seeking the wisdom from those people that have already weathered the storm, but even bigger to me is faith. It won't be the mistakes that I make during the storm that stop me from getting through the storm. It'll be the lack of commitment that stops me from getting through the storm.
It's all about thinking ahead and looking forward. Like, what does the radar say? What's coming up next? And do I have that resiliency built into what I'm doing personally and professionally? Because you can't predict what's going to happen, but we can be prepared for what we think could happen.
Buffalo have long stood as a symbol of determination and perseverance, even for Robert. The process of creating this work has been its own storm to weather.
With that concludes getting my signature on there. So I know the painting is almost completed now that it bears my name, and a few more brush strokes here and there and touching it up, and it will be finished. It's posed a lot of artistic challenges for me, but by the same token, I think I've learned a lot, and I'm very happy that I'm at the end here, and I feel like I've been able to achieve what I set out to achieve.
This painting is more than canvas and color. It is a work of art, meant to spark conversation, to touch lives, and to inspire generations yet to come. Because in the end, it is not the storm that defines us, but the courage we choose and how we face it.